Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This challenge goes out to pagans as well as deists. I'm going to do 20 questions for pagans and right afterwards 20 questions for deists. 40 questions in all. Here we go. Pagans. 1. Why don't you push your religion like Christians and Muslims do, such as knock on doors, preach in a church, indoctrinate your children, ask for it to be taught in school?
Yeah, hi there, Brett. I hope you don't mind that I'm using your picture and your voice to ask your 20 questions. I'm assuming in advance that you don't mind, and if you do, I'll certainly remove the video. But anyhow, on with your question. You ask why we don't push our beliefs on others. Well, you know, Brett, I guess probably it's because we just think it's wrong. We don't agree with people trying to manipulate or coerce or force other people into believing things that they don't want to believe. Also, we are strong advocates for the separation of church and state, which does allow everyone to have the freedom to practice their religion according to the dictates of their own conscience. Also, for those of us who believe in reincarnation, what would be the point? If you aren't a pagan now, you have been in the past, or you will be one anyway, so why bother?
2. Why do you think Christians burned pagan literature and murdered pagans throughout history?
Well, historically, Brett, I think that was a matter of consolidating political power. If you can control people's beliefs, you can control the people. I also think there was a whole lot of scapegoating going on. You know, you always need a minority to blame things on when things don't go right.
3. Why do you think the men of the Bible are considered heroes for murdering pagans?
Well, you know, it's like this, Brett. People have stuff, and other people want the stuff they have. Tell you what, if you sent your husband or son out, and they came back with a lot of booty and a few slave girls to clean your home, I guess they'd seem like heroes too.
4. Is sex immoral as well as homosexuality? Please explain why.
Sex immoral? What a ridiculous notion. Sex is a bodily function. Is eating immoral? Is breathing immoral? I don't think so. As far as how, when, where, why, and with whom you do it, I don't think that's immoral. It's just plain your business and nobody else's. Oh, and I feel compelled to add, sex with consenting adults, that is. I have to add that for dunderheads who wouldn't presume it otherwise.
5. Why do you think Christians have a problem with anal and oral sex?
It has to do with power, Brett. Where do people amass wealth and power from? They amass it from the overproduction of other human beings, which they take from them by either force or some kind of coercion. Overpopulation is a recent concern. Back in the day when religions were being founded, the people in charge got their wealth and power from people procreating. Anal and oral sex doesn't bring more people to rip off.
6. Describe in detail what happens to us when we die.
Well, Brett, all the pagan religions have their own arrangements with their own deities, and I cannot speak for anyone but myself. It is my own belief that we simply return to what we were before we came into this incarnation. I see that as simply being a part of the universal all, and when the time is right and we're ready, we reincarnate into another lifetime. That is my belief, and I assume you probably want more details than that, but it's probably about the best I can do for you.
7. Is it against a pagan belief system to marry an atheist?
Now, Brett, I know you're a happily married man, so I'm going to just assume that is no kind of a proposal. But no, it's not against any pagan belief that I know of to marry outside the path. However, on a personal level, I certainly wouldn't do it. I want to be close with the person that I marry, should I ever marry again, and I just can't imagine not being able to have our shared religion and have the kind of closeness that I would want. So I would not personally marry outside my religious path. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't fool around some.
8. Can you think of one original, unique thing Jesus said that wasn't already taught in the pagan religion?
No, Brett, I honestly can't. You know, I think the Beatitudes are rather uniquely worded, but the ideas and concepts were already there.
9. Why do you think Christians stole your holidays, example, Easter, Christmas, Halloween, etc.?
Well, I think that's a pretty easy one, Brett. They just didn't have any choice. When they forced Christianity on major parts of the world at the point of a sword, people had limits to what they were willing to put up with, and they were not going to give up their pagan holidays. So Christianity decided to incorporate them and give them a Christian spin.
10. If you were hanging over a cliff and your left hand a Christian was dangling and the right an atheist, which would you let go in order to survive? If you don't choose to let go of one, you all will fall. Explain why.
That would definitely be Hasta la Vista Christian. No, you know, pagans and atheists do share so many things in common. I think we're sort of natural allies.